Hi, welcome to the Body Shop Physical Therapy. I'm Dr. Catherine Price. I'm a physical therapist, and in this video, I'm going to go over what I call a lat check. So the latissimus dorsi muscle is one of the biggest stabilizers in the body. It goes from the mid-thoracic spine, so from T7 to T12, down into the thoracodorsal fascia. So that muscle is going to originate from the lower part of your mid-back, so the lower part of the thoracic spine, and down into the thoracodorsal fascia is where you're going to have its connection. The muscle belly goes up and then inserts into the intertubercular groove of the humerus. So it attaches into the shoulder. It's going to internally rotate the arm. It will extend the lower back, and it is involved when you are doing rotational movements. So what I do is I'll check rotation from left to right and see where the restriction is, if any. So we're looking for symmetry here. And if the latissimus dorsi is not balanced, sometimes then you can result in muscle imbalances that can lead to lower back discomfort, restriction in the shoulder. It just varies from what the movement pattern is. And if you are an active individual and you do movements that require rotation, if you free that rotation up, it improves whatever mobility you have that requires that. So I'm going to go through what I do just to assess how I then go through and treat, and then we'll do a recheck. And it's really simple, and it's kind of neat because it happens pretty quickly when you find the restriction. So what I do is I'm going to stand in front of a wall, and I will then rotate to one side. So this is my rotation to the left. Then I'm going to rotate to the right, and that's my rotation to the right. So you can see that I have restricted rotation going to the right. I'll do that again. I'm going to rotate to the left, then I'm going to rotate to the right. So with my restriction going to the right, I'm going to free up the latissimus dorsi muscle on my right side. To do that, I will use a foam roller, and I'm going to go onto my side. I'm going to get the main area. You can do a complete latissimus dorsi release, which I've done in another video, so refer to that. It will be a complete latissimus dorsi release. So I'm going onto my side. I'm going to go right on the side of the shoulder blade, and I'm going to kind of angle a little bit backwards from there. I'll support my head with my arm that's closest to the floor, and I rest my elbow on the floor just to hold a position. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to work my way down the side of my body, but staying along the ribs. So if I go off the ribs, that gets into then the thoracodorsal fascia, where the latissimus dorsi connects to the back side of the iliac crest, which is the very top of that pelvis bone. So I'm going to stay just on the muscle belly up higher that goes up into the shoulder. So I'm going to go from the subaxillary region, which is just right under the arm. So I'm going to go under the arm, and then I'm going to slowly work my way down to the bottom of the ribs. And when you feel like you're going slow, you want to go slower. If you find an area that is either tender or you feel tension, you can hang out on that area and wait until that subsides. And I want to work on this for a minimum of 2 minutes. So 2 minutes is my minimum dosage here. And I'm just going to continue to work on that. If there's a lot of restriction, you can spend longer time. So I'm just going right up into my subaxillary region, rotating back slightly, and then just working right along that muscle. So I want to free up my latissimus dorsi on my right side. Again, the restriction is when I rotate to the right with my arms up and then trying to place them on the wall behind me, working my way back up. This muscle is supplied by the cervical nerves 6, 7, and 8. And again, it is one of the biggest stabilizers in the body. So after I have freed up and released the latissimus dorsi on the restricted rotational side, I'll then go back and I'm going to do a recheck. So here's my left rotation, and then I'm going to rotate to the right. And you can see that freed up my rotation to the right. And I'm going to then allow myself to have more balance when I go into those rotational movements. If you're an athlete with overhead throwing with one arm, or you're doing any running, or anything that requires you just to have that nice balance symmetry in your rotation, the latissimus dorsi check can be helpful. Again, one of the biggest stabilizers in the body. It's a great area to address when there's low back pain. It's involved in a lot. So that is how I do a latissimus dorsi assessment, treatment, and then a recheck. I hope this is of help, and have a blessed day.